It must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but it's over somehow. Welcome to a live episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, Supoman, your superhero cryptocurrency. No, superhero of cryptocurrency. That's the new one. Don't forget Supoman. So, Mexico. What's happened? There's quite a lot to talk about today. And you will realise why I spoke about It Must Have Been Love. Because I'm going to be speaking about cryptocurrency. That seems exciting at first. It gets everybody's attention. And then all of a sudden it flops and never makes it back. So I'm going to be speaking about those and really speaking about why it's happening and what to do in those circumstances. Because it is going to happen. It is going to happen, and it's something you're going to have to deal with, and it's something that you're probably going to be thinking, what do I do? How do I offload this crap that, I've had for ages, thought was going to be great, it went really high, and then it never kind of relived its former glory. So if you are excited to learn about that, then smash up the likes, leave a like spike, as always, peeps. And also, if you haven't yet subscribed to Team Supoman, then subscribe to Supoman to get daily cryptocurrency videos. Sometimes I talk about cryptocurrencies where I do my savage analysis, and other times I talk about what's happening in the market, a general overview, and then I talk about top 5 coins and things like that. So really interesting stuff. I'm definitely one of the more, I suppose, exciting YouTubers in the space, and you can tell that when you get somebody like Trevon James, who's got now 76,000 subscribers. A few weeks ago, he was like 10,000 behind me, and now he's just surged along. Now he's got 76,000 subscribers. And after my video yesterday on BitConnect, he just felt he had to say something. He was obviously in the live stream, and then he decided that he wanted to kind of show how much I speak about him. So let's just have a quick look at this. So, I am now going to talk about YouTubers
like this man right here, Mr. Trevon James.
We've got Trevon James, and Trevon James himself.
Is there a trading bot trade? Where's the trading bot?
Trevon James is saying it in Trevon James. But Trevon James is cancer, or Trevon James is a criminal. And of course, with Trevon James having probably more subscribers than box mining, Trevon James is maybe jealous, because Trevon James says it. So that was Trevon James's little response to me. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's, it's funny. I left a comment, actually, which I thought I'd get a lot of hate for, but it was actually an alright comment. So I left this comment. Tongue-in-cheek, me, as usual. I just go, much love, Trev. Much love. No offence meant. And 74 likes, 23 replies, where people are saying they're normal stupid crap, and other people are saying, well played, Supoman, pretty good. But I'm not the only one in the last 24 hours that has received some form of YouTube drama in the cryptocurrency space. So, if you're a big fan of box mining, I'm a big fan of box mining. If you're a big fan of box mining, like Sonny Decree is, quite clearly, then you will probably have seen that Box Mining did make a little comment in yesterday's video where he was, I think it was the top 5 best and worst coins or something. And he was basically picking up on the fact that Sonny Decree, and Sonny Decree is a guy who has brought out a load of BitConnect videos, and in all honesty, he's been on point with a lot of things, has Sonny Decree. So I'm not going to go and criticise Sonny Decree. I'm not going to make the same mistake. But anyway, so if you saw the video, let me just show you exactly what happened. Okay, so this is Sonny Decree's video in response to Crypto Daily's video, where Crypto Daily was saying that Sonny Decree is using his background and he's probably incorporating some of what Trevon James does, which is giving 0.1 of a bit, 0.1 of a bit connect. Yeah. So anyway, so let's just have a quick look at this.
Hilarious. Don't spread any FUD. Dude, not cool, man. Goodness sake. Leave me something?
So I was just watching videos today, and I figured that someone actually stole my stuff. And then I thought, well, I'm gonna do a video where I'm gonna destroy that guy just because he's using Greenwell. And this little thing in here, Hey, not cool, man. I just wanted to make that clear that in the cryptocurrency world, the only one who is using time-lapse is me. The only one who is using Greenwall, that's also me. The only one who is using this...
Oh man, this is so funny.
is also me. Is that clear? Well, and if you're not cool with that, then, yeah, I'm, gonna bash you. Okay, Mother.
Something's so
she's
funny.
prepared the meals for us. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, I come over soon. I just have to bash another YouTuber real quick.
Sorry. No,
Alright, guys, listen. Today we actually have to do some real talk.
Hold on.
So basically...
Hold on. So let me just fast forward it for you, because this is so funny. Ah, God, this is just too funny. I love YouTube drama, I have to admit. Even if I'm at the centre of it. As you saw with Trevon James. Even if I'm at the centre of it, I think it's blooming hilarious. That's when you know that cryptocurrency is now a big subject. This is how you know, because you get drama in all sorts of genres on YouTube. You know, you had PewDiePie versus KSI. You had top 5 videos versus Craner. You have all these drama videos. You've got all of these like YouTubers at war. And this just shows that cryptocurrency is actually in that bracket now, that you've got YouTube drama actually happening in these types of videos. So let me just show you, because it's quite funny. If you didn't know you could do this, by the way, speed up videos, because a lot of people say, Superman, your videos are like 3 hours long. Why don't you like make them shorter? So you can just listen to it on double speed. So let's just have a listen to this. Let's get rid of that.
Crypto Daily used to be a role model for me in the cryptocurrency YouTube scene when I first started. And this video here, the best and worst coins of all time, well, he's actually bashing me, and in my opinion, for no reason. And now I'm going to show why I actually lost a lot of respect of Crypto Daily, and that even YouTubers like him, who actually look pretty neutral, that they're not really doing their due diligence correct. So yeah, so basically this video is talking about what's going on when YouTubers are doing giveaway. And he said that, well, there's positive side, negative side, and so on. But what he did right now, and I'm actually super disappointed about that he called me out that I'm doing giveaways, so you guys are joining my BitConnect team. Dude. Not cool. No, this is actually not a joke. This is literally what he was saying. This is my description section in here, and he was making fun out of it because he was written volatility trading, and then I have my BitConnect referral link over there. Well, to inform you, I'm in BitConnect since 5 months. I started that journey not knowing what exactly it's all about, and I pretty much just documented my journey. Now let's see what this is all about. Maybe you think right now, well, why is he picking me? Because I'm the person with like the most controversial videos of BitConnect on YouTube. Basically, I am the person who is bashing on bad Ponzi scheme theories of BitConnect because people are not doing their due diligence right, and then I pretty much show people real Ponzi scheme theories where the facts are actually right. But what you're doing is absolutely terrible. Yes, I mean you, Crypto Daily. What you did a couple months ago is you actually gave CryptoNick credits for saying something about BitConnect that, well, it's a Ponzi scheme, but he made so much money that he can't stop it, or something like that. I remember exactly that you was actually giving credits to CryptoNick. And in this video right now, well, you're not talking about CryptoNick, you're not talking about Trevon James. They're not saying one single word in one of their YouTube channels which is negative about BitConnect. So if you check my BitConnect playlist, I show people both sides. This in here is actually warning that there's something wrong with the debit card, because I personally wrote to my so I'm gonna announce it yet, but we also did tweets and so on, which are like retweets or whatever, and MasterCard at Visa to figure out what's exactly going on, because there are things at BitConnect which are not good, obviously. Here I explain why the market cap dropped, here I show an account which broke even with 0 referrals, and I'm not actively promoting my link anymore. I'm always telling people, do your due diligence, watch all my videos, watch the positive sides about BitConnect, watch the negative sides, and you should also think about the risks. Well, CryptoNick nor Trevon James, they're never talking about risks and so on, but yet you have chosen me to make an example of someone who is doing giveaways, and I'm actually the person who really want to give something back to the community, and that is my honest opinion. And yet you have chosen me when I'm clearly not the person to choose here to make an example of. And I'm super disappointed about that, because basically just show that you're a mad little kid who calls his mommy during the YouTube videos because I stole your stuff. Instead of you being happy about that, having such good content that people are actually taking parts of that in their channel, instead of that you're just bashing. Well, I was actually really not planning on getting involved in any drama, but after that video I just had to. And by the way, when you care so much about protecting other people, why don't you tell them how many of these trash coins that you actually have and you are ready to call and sell them when you're mentioning them in your videos? And here's another news for you. Reading the first 3 sentences of a white paper abstract does not really make you an expert. Oh yeah, Bitcoin 65% plus.
Ah, God, burn! Oh, God damn. That was entertaining. So have a look, go have a look. So 2 bits of YouTube drama, me and Crypto Daily. So let's now talk about some crypto. So let's go back. So, that was so good. Jesus, that made my day. So anyway, so let's have a look. So Bitcoin is back. Bitcoin's back. It's now at the $7,500 mark, which is fantastic for Bitcoin. And look at Bitcoin Cash now. Look at Bitcoin Cash. So the other day we saw Bitcoin Cash was at 2,400. Bitcoin was at 5,800. And there was literally like 3 and a bit thousand between them. I mean, that just shows how insane things got. And then now it's 6.5 grand between them. So it's like double, nearly. So yes, Bitcoin's back as we thought it would. Yeah. So Ripple has also had some news today. So what happened to my? Let me just get Twitter up. Twitter. Let me spell it correctly first. So anyway, yeah, let me just get Twitter up. So Ripple have partnered with who have they partnered with? I did see, and now I've forgotten. So this is breaking news, basic. I say American Express. How could I forget? It's because there was another MasterCard article I was looking at and I was getting confused. So we're excited to announce that American Express has joined RippleNet. Instant payments are now live between the US and the UK. So this came out very recently, and as a result of that, Ripple basically spiked up. As you can see here, look at that massive spike. So, you know, so Ripple's gone up particularly for that reason. And in fact, it went up to, I believe it went up to about 20... No, that's not today's, is it? It went up to about, I think it went near 26 cents today. I don't think it's quite caught up. Yeah, 26 cents. So yeah, so it went up massively. So it was a good day for Ripple, and really gives you an indication of why people do actually invest in Ripple. Is because there is the potential for this to happen, because it's very banking friendly. It's very centralized friendly, which I think that puts a lot of people off. That certainly puts me off. And Ripple is one of those cryptocurrencies that kinds of divides the community, because you've got the decentralized, you know, the people that are at the core of why they love cryptocurrency, why they want it to thrive, why it's got amazing volatility, and I suppose enable such innovation in the future is because it's decentralized. But with Ripple, they've kind of gone into the centralized camp. So it's really divided the community. But on a long-term perspective, it's still something that is likely to keep spiking because of announcements like this and because of innovations in the banking industry like this, because their protocol essentially enables banks to be more efficient and make payments makes, you know, this is scalable. It's a scaling solution in terms of being able to make payments with being agile and making payments, which I know in the banking industry, they're going to try and compete and stay kind of relevant as cryptocurrency improves in value, in credibility, and starts to seep into the peripheries of everyday normal people, and then it starts becoming adopted. Then banks need to kind of stay ahead, and so using the Ripple and also I think adopting a lot of blockchain technology is where they're going to be going in the future anyway. So, but if we have a look down, there's some nice rises still. LISC continues to go up. EOS continues to go up, which is fantastic, because that went from $6 to nearly, well, about 30 cents, you know, literally a month ago. With Bitcoin going up, BitConnect's obviously going up. So I've basically learnt that from Trevon James, in case Trevon wanted to get a little soundbite from this video. So yeah, so it's, you know, looking like there's some small growth, some small gains on some, and some not massively bad or detrimental losses on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Now, Bitcoins, this is very pleasing to see. So Bitcoins, I spoke about Bitcoins with you when it was at $1, and then it went down to about 80 cents, and now it's gone up to $1.36. So this is in preparation for the news that's coming up, the announcement, which I don't even know what that date is yet, and I don't even know the full extent of what's coming up. So can't even tell you. What I do know, though, the bit that I do know, though, is bloody good. So anyway, so this is going up because because the market are essentially expecting the news to come up soon. So this is going to continue to go up. So when people are saying to me, Superman, is this a good time to buy Bitcoins? My normal advice, because I don't give financial advice, I can't really, I'm not a financial advisor, but my recommendation is, well, I always buy at the dip. Now, when market news is coming up, that's not something that you can really buy at the dip, because the kind of trajectory is just on the up. It's on the up until it gets dumped. And so that's not going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a dip in a while. So it's just a case of now just riding the wave for as long as it goes. And as I don't know the date of the announcement, and I do think it's quite soon. It's not tomorrow, I don't believe. But it is going to be quite soon. So as a result of that, I expect the wave to just be ridden kind of Digibyte style. Okay, and that takes me quite nicely to my next segment. All right, so let's just have a quick like spike, guys, if you are watching at the moment, because this bit is going to be an interesting bit. So let's just have a look. I haven't actually made sure I'm live yet, so this last 10 minutes or whatever could have been for waste. And I apologise about the lateness of the stream, and it's obviously impacting now. The light coming through is making me look dark, but you know, hopefully against this dark background it doesn't look too bad. 675 people watching. Awesome, guys. So smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Let's see what you guys are saying. Electronium. Hey there, crypto numbnuts. Bitcoins can be purchased. Yeah, Bitcoins can be... If anybody's asking where Bitcoins can be purchased, it's Coin Exchange or Binance for now. It's still under the radar, so actually perfect. So it doesn't get too much kind of, you know, coverage at this point. Okay, cool. So, not really any questions, so let's carry on. So, what I'm going to talk about now is actually a subject related to a tweet I did last night. So, last night I did a tweet about what is the cryptocurrency that has kind of been the most rubbish performing cryptocurrency you're holding on to. Because, and it's going to happen, because let's just use Chainlink as an example. So when YouTubers were really coming on doing their videos and saying how great Chainlink was and what it was about and blah, 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 and I was one of them. You know, Chainlink at that time was in the 30 cents. When I did it, was about 45 cents. And at that time, everybody was thinking, this really is the hot new thing. You know, Walton had just been and gone. And then it came back afterwards. But Walton had just been and gone. And so there was this enthusiasm for new cryptocurrencies that, you know, people wanted to get behind and stuff. So this went from like 30 cents to 45 cents in absolutely no time. And everybody was buzzing about it. Even in my community and in other crypto communities, everybody was saying about Chainlink and how great it's going to be. And now it's under 20 cents, I think. Well, it was certainly under 20 cents last time I looked at it. Yet it was at 45 cents and people were saying, oh, this is going to... And it went up to 52 cents. And people were saying, Superman, you're never going to get it under 40 cents again, or even 30 cents, so don't even think about it. And now you can get it for over 10 cents cheaper than the cheapest I thought it would get if it flopped. So now it's left people holding a large bag, maybe, of Chainlink when they bought it at late 30s, early 40 cents, even at 50 cents. So, and now it's never really come back. So what I'm going to go through now is the top 5 flops in the last few months. And you'll recognise some of these. So let's talk about them. So in at number 5, we've got LBRY or LBC. So LBRY is essentially was meant to be like a Netflix disruptor. It was like a library of videos and content, right? Content made by content creators, whether that's books, whether that's photos, whether that's videos, whether it's films, whatever. You know, if you're a content creator, you can put your stuff on LBRY and it can get bought, essentially. So it's like an online digital library, but kind of intended to be like the next Netflix. Now, I remember when I first started speaking about this, which was about 5 months ago, and I was talking about LBRY, and I said, you know, this has potential. You know, beta's coming out in July, and this has potential, you know, to be a Netflix disruptor. So this is why I'm getting it. I got LBRY at about I can't remember how much. I think it was about 14 to 19 cents. I can't remember exactly because I've bought a lot of crypto. But I got LBRY at about 14 to 19 cents. And then, of course, it went up to 92 cents. So it showed me what it can do. And then since then, it's flopped majorly, like majorly. And down now to, if you can see that, I don't know if you can see it. Am I going the right way? 80% loss on its high, really. About 80% loss on its high. And basically, people are essentially holding the bag now. I was one of them. I still have some LBRY credits on my LBRY account because I did download the beta. But what I will say to you is that there needs to be the connect between the idea, the project, the white paper and all of that, and the reality. Okay, that is what ultimately leads to the trajectory constantly going up. Because if you can see, being a bit like Ethereum, not only is the idea great, but the actual implementation is great. And you can see in reality, a lot of ICOs are based on Ethereum. Now with LBRY, this was intended to be something like what DTube is. DTube is like a Netflix, well, it's like a YouTube disruptor, but LBRY probably is a bit more like Singular DTV. You know, it was meant to be a real change in entertainments and for content creators to be able to charge what they want and not be bound by like Amazon's rules or Apple's rules. But since then, what's actually happened is they have released their beta version. I actually took people through it. I did a direct comparison between Library and DTube, and although they're quite different, Library, what my idea of what it would look like was more like DTube or more like Netflix, but actually it's one of the worst looking interfaces I've ever seen. And I think that demonstrated to a lot of the people that watch my channel that the idea and the reality were disconnected. And as a result of that, even if you get behind Library now, what it would take is for Library to completely go against what they've created in beta and really make something massive and something really impressive. Something that people actually enjoy, you know, looking at, interacting with, and all of that kind of thing. So in order for Library to really bring it back, they need to make the connect happen. You need to have the connect between the idea, which is very exciting, and the reality, which makes you blown away. So Bitquence, for me, the idea was amazing. Okay, the idea of having a universal wallet, the idea of having, you know, kind of like risk management tools and all that kind of thing. I loved the idea of it, but when I saw the reality, when I saw the actual alpha, which I've taken you through, I was blown away. And a lot of you have been as well. Blown away. And that's what you really need to be when the idea comes to reality. You need to be blown away. And that's where Library has kind of flopped. So that is why it's kind of gone down and it's been forgotten about, because there's no wow factor. There's nothing people are saying, oh, you know what? Library's got an amazing platform, so get it cheap. Nobody's even saying that. People are saying, well, they're just forgotten about it because the platform's not even worth remembering. It's a rubbish platform. Anyway, I'll talk about what we do with these in a while. I just want to bring them up firstly. Then we've got Digibyte. Now, Digibyte was one that I got behind when it was about 0.006 of a cent. And then I got behind it when it was going to be integrated with Minecraft. And also when they were on the path to winning the Citibank award, right? So this led Digibyte going from 0.006 of a dollar to 6 cents. So it went up times 10. So back in June, a lot at the same time that Library happened, really. Back in June, Digibyte was at its all-time highest of 6 cents. And of course, the community during the period of the pump between 0.0006 and 6 cents were growing, and people were saying, "Yes, this is really good." And they saw, you know, a lot of the comparisons with Bitcoin, with the transactions and everything. And people were saying, you know, this is going to be the next big thing. This is going to be huge. You know, 6 cents, this is really just touching the iceberg of, you know, what it is, what it's going to be. And then since then, it has just rapidly declined. It's had this parabolic growth where it's gone right down now to 0.009 of a cent. So it's 0.09 of a cent, not a dollar, 0.09 of a cent. So it's actually lost 85% of its value. And it goes down. I mean, it goes down to about 90% when the value goes down to 0.008, and it's gone down to the low 0.008. So now there's a lot of people holding the bag, hoping one day for it to go near its 6 cents. Because a lot of people I know, this is why Digibyte is like a sore subject for a lot of people, because a lot of people bought at the high, and now still have it when they could buy they could buy 8 times more Digibyte with their money. So it's just like. Yeah, so this is annoyed a lot of people, and Digibyte's really never had a return back to its former glory. And in all honesty, you know, even since it flopped, it has won a Citibank competition, and in spite of that, it's still not increased in value. So it's just kind of like, at the moment, it's just a massive cryptocurrency flop. And number 3, we've got Sia Coin. Now, there's a lot of people that still kind of fly the flag for Sia Coin. I've kind of stopped flying the flag for Sia Coin. I've sold my Sia Coin. Anyway, there are people that have been flying the flag for Sia Coin. It got up to 2 cents in the June kind of boom, which is where a lot of people entered cryptocurrency. Now there's even more people in cryptocurrency. But back in June, this is when people started really entering cryptocurrency, thinking, wow, this is a magical thing. And so people have, people bought Sia Coin, not necessarily at 2 cents. A lot of people bought at, because when it was 2 cents, it was about 800 sats. I got it at about 300 sats. So a lot of people would have got it, you know, about 0.8 of a cent. And now it's gone down to 0.004 of a cent. So it's lost 80% of its value since it achieved its high. Now, Seacoin is in the whole cloud computing arena, okay, which is a lot kind of like, or cloud storage, which is a lot like Internext, I suppose, and kind of in the same bracket-ish as Substratum. And given Substratum, and given Internext, and given their supplies, and looking at Seacoin, which has an enormous supply, this is a big reason why this has just fallen out of people's peripheries. People have kind of fallen asleep on Seacoin. Seacoin's like a June coin. Seacoin is like what Chainlink or Walton was back in June. People were loving Seacoin. Now not so much. So now people are still holding a bag of Seacoin. So this is another massive flop. Now I'm not going through this in order of how much it's flopped. Really, it's more in order of how kind of prestigious it was. Then at number 2, we've got Economy. Now, I sold my Economy position, and I don't know if this had a big reason to do with its sudden drop in appeal. But I have said on, must be about 10 occasions during my videos that I dropped Economy. And I dropped Economy around about $2. Even though I bought it at, I bought some at 188, and I bought some more at 260. But I sold my position, because I've heard various things through other people. So all I'll say is do your own research, but I've heard various things through other people about what this is classed as and the problems they may have in the future. And that immediately said to me, I'm taking my money out. Not either way, whatever happens, I'm taking my money out. So this has lost 82% of its value. And this was really one of the strong ones. This was one of the ones that people were really excited about. And this one, it didn't really matter about the difference between, you know, idea and reality. I just don't think people thought it was sexy enough. It's like a, you know, it's like an index, basically. And it's just kind of like, people don't really care that much about that kind of stuff. That's why I always steer clear of the unsexy projects, because if it turns me off, it's likely to turn other people off. So, anyways, but that's by the by. I think Economy has just lost a hell of a lot of appeal for multiple reasons, such as what I have said, how long it's gone without experiencing any sort of significant news. The fact it's not a very sexy project, even though it's very unique in its field, is not very sexy. So as a result, this has lost value and will probably continue, I think, going towards a downwards trajectory. So just putting it out there. And then Stratis. Now Stratis, people will be shocked. They'll be like, Superman, are you really saying Stratis? So Stratis was one of my top picks, top long-term picks. And this really deserves to be kind of a long-term pick, because when I first spoke about it, I don't really necessarily think I explained much about why I thought it was a long-term pick, but this essentially enables people to create blockchain databases, which is big if you're wanting to run your business on a blockchain, if you're wanting to store customer data, all sorts of data that's relevant for your business, and you really want to have a blockchain-based database. Stratis gives you that framework, the framework that is built on, and this exploded. This was like a Walton back in June, or really more like a Bitcoin Cash back in June. This went from when I got it, which was at $1.19. This exploded by 10 times, went to $11. Okay, so that had a massive spike because there was just this continual. Because back then there was more naivety in the market. There was more volatility in the market because there were probably more whales playing at this point because it was the summer, people were excited, and so this really got a heap of investment and went right up. Now they did launch masternodes ages ago, but you need like 250,000 coins for a masternode, and considering it's over $3, that's basically approaching $1 million to have a masternode. It's just not worth it, right? And although this has one of the lowest lowest flops, flop percentages, the reason why I put this at number 1 is because this is still, in my opinion, one of the most prestigious cryptocurrency that has flopped and not really grown since. And really, I guess it begs the question of what do you do in that scenario? Okay, because we were operating in different times. It's not the same as it was back in June. You don't really get, even when you've got something really, really super, super sounding, you don't really see it going from the cents to the dollars very quickly nowadays. Like using Chainlink as an example, went from the early kind of 10 cents, spiked up to 50 cents. Now that is more of a healthy growth, and it's since gone down from that point. But that is not an unreasonably high growth. That's not like high volatility. But with Stratis, that was really, what happened was really high volatility. Went from $1 to $11 just like that. Just like that. And now it's flopped, and it's basically flopped in such an enormous way. And that is due to a number of reasons. Really, with cryptocurrency, it's a lot like celebrity, okay? As I've said countless times. When something is current and being talked about, apologies, when something is current and being talked about, that is when it explodes in value. When it gets slept, when people forget it exists, when people don't think it's sexy, when people think that it doesn't compare to that doesn't have the appeal that a lot of the cryptocurrencies currently have, then it flops majorly. And that's what's happened to Stratis. It's not a bad crypto at all. I mean, some of these are, but Stratis is not a bad crypto at all. I mean, it's held quite a lot of its value from when it pumped. It's still twice the value that it was when 3 times the value it was when I got it. But you know, it did majorly flop. And this is something that I think you've just got to kind of expect to happen in cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is like celebrity. I mean, look at Ripple today. Ripple is like, I don't know, Angelina Jolie finally coming back in the papers, and people, oh yeah, Angela Jolie, I remember her, and then they start reading about her, and then the interest goes up. Same with cryptocurrency. When they go back in the news, you suddenly think, oh yeah, I remember them. Let's put a few quid behind it, or a few dollars behind it. When you don't hear about them, you forget they exist, and then the next sexy, you know, supermodel or next sexy Hollywood actress comes out, and you think about her, and you're like, yes, she's the next one, you know. And you forget about Keira Knightley and, I don't know, Cara Delevingne, whatever. You forget about the people in the past, Halle Berry, whatever. You forget about the people in the past, because they're not current anymore. They haven't got the social currency anymore. They don't have the attention. The people who are new are the ones that have the attention, and they get all the people, the eyes looking at them. They get more Twitter and Instagram followers. They get the investment put into them. And it's the same with crypto, and it's just something to get used to. So, what are the strategies that you can now adopt? These are the strategies I have learned from doing this, okay? So I think that it's quite clear to say that these have had massive spikes in value and then have been dumped. And a lot of the reason is because, like for instance with Stratis and like with Iconomai, is a lot of the short-term traders get behind it. They get behind it, they pump it along with the long-term investment coming in, and this snowballs the price action, the price movement. It makes it just go up wildly, because you've got this speculative, it was more so a few months ago, you've got this speculative snowball basically gathering and creating such amazing value. And what you need to do in these instances is a bit more of a, in these instances, in some, on some occasions, where you see a hive of new cryptos coming out and all that, is what you've got to do is you've got you've got to short these, okay, or swing trade them. So what I mean is that you've got to, at the high, like let's say when Stratis went from $1 to $11, when it started to go down, and let's say went below $10, you get rid. Okay, you sell it all. Some people get it at the top, like when it's oversold, which Stratis was oversold. They sell it when it's not oversold, overbought. When it's overbought, you sell it. And that means that when the price flops, you've made a big profit from it. And if you want to retake your position, you can retake it. Okay. Now, I know that the other day I said the best piece of advice I can give you is to just stay invested in a trade. That can't work for all things. Now, I know I said to you this is what you should do. But really, the ideal time to do that is when you've got it dirt cheap and it kind of is on a, well, and basically it's at a bulletproof price, which you'll never get again. And of course, you take a really good position at that bulletproof price. And that instance, yes. But in other instances, where you see that you haven't got it necessarily at a good price, like Iconomai, I didn't get at a good price. I got it at $1.60 or $1.80 and then $2.60. That was a bad price. So I knew I was just going to make a loss. So that's why I got rid of it. If you get in at a good price, you hold it. If you don't get in at a good price, you sell it and you basically swing trade it, okay? Because you want to avoid things like this happening to you, where you're essentially bag holding something that may not ever go up again, okay? Now, if you've taken a good position on a great long-term cryptocurrency at a low price, That should never really happen to you. But in some instances, there will be times when a flop happens. And that normally happens when something has grown way too quick. Okay? If you have a nice trajectory up, like with Bitcoins right now, it's a really nice trajectory. That hasn't gone from $1 to $20 or $1 even to $10. It's going up kind of, you know, in 10-cent stages, kind of 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, $1.10, $1.20, now at $1.30. It's growing up nicely. If you go something that goes up way too quick, there's a big risk of it being massively overbought. And in which case, those are the times you kind of got to get rid of it, wait to see the price settle again, and then you've got to buy back. But it's easy to say this in hindsight. I mean, you're probably saying, Superman, why didn't you say this about Stratis at the time? Well, really, when I started speaking about Stratis, the price had already flopped anyway. So I was kind of saying this is a time to get into Stratis, blah, blah, blah. But since then, because cryptocurrency works a lot like the world of celebrity, it's far more likely that a cryptocurrency will lose its relevance faster than I imagined it would back in June. You know, when something's sexy, it can stay sexy, but just not be relevant. But actually, in cryptocurrency, sexy equals relevance, okay? If it's not relevant, it's not sexy. And that is why, you know, when you look at something like, Chainlink, or when you look at something like Walton, which went from, you know, $5.50 all the way up to like nearly $9 and now has flopped and never really got back again, or even Omisco, that was overbought, really. That went from nothing at ICO stage, obviously, very little money. It was... and then it went up to, you know, $13 within the space of like a month or so. And so in that instance, that is when you can be burnt quite harshly if you're one of the people that got in during the spike. If you got in early, brilliant. Yeah, hold it for the long term. So there's going to be a little bit of... there's going to be some instances where people have a cryptocurrency they just want to get rid of, to be quite frank. And what you've got to kind of think about, because a lot of people in the community do say, don't buy high and sell low. But sometimes, like for instance in Digibyte's case, you've got really no chance, because you could be waiting a long time for you to kind of make that money back again. You know, the money that's currently tied up while you're waiting for it to go up could be put into something that is going up right now and will make you happy already. So you've got to kind of just learn to kind of let loose. You've got to learn to kind of cut the strings and say, you know what, I'm letting you go. Bye-bye. That's what you got to do. I did that with Economy. I did it with Seacoin. I did it at the right time with Digibyte, and I've also done it with Library. I haven't got rid of my Stratis, because as far as I'm concerned, Stratis is exactly like the kind of cryptocurrency I was telling you about the other day, which is that you hold it, you buy it at a bulletproof price, and you hold it for the long term. In an ideal world, going back, obviously hindsight is a wonderful thing. I would have sold at $11 and I would have bought back at $3, but you know, that's what happens in cryptocurrency. You know, you can't really account for what's likely to happen. But you've just got to kind of take a position and know that cryptocurrency, basically, relevance equals sexy. And when something isn't relevant, it might be a good time to swing trade it and basically buy back down at the bottom if you still believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then leave it well alone, basically. Anyway, so that is it, guys. That is it with the top 5 crypto flops. So smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. I don't know if you can even see me anymore. I don't think you can see me anymore. No. So hold on a minute. I'm going to now turn this. I'm going to now turn this into Radio Supo. If I can. Is it even there? No, where the hell is it gone? I don't know what's going on with my OBS Studio, so I can't even take myself off. These live streams, eh? These live streams are always making me look silly. So anyway, guys, so while I'm trying to figure this out, guys, let me know what you're thinking. Let me give me some questions that I can answer. Let me know what you're thinking right now about some of the cryptocurrencies you're holding. Delta coin will reach $1. That will never reach $1. Oh, right. You said at the end of the 4th quarter 2016. I need to buy some Litecoin, says Michelle Williams. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I do. Well, the thing is that this is the time of year when I've got to do my cryptocurrency videos early. So I'll do it earlier next time. But today I had a bloody engagement. So And I came on late. What can one say? What can one say? Iconomytards. Is 10x about to burst? Right, this is like the equivalent of the troll box. What about Steam? So Steam was another cryptocurrency in the June boom that really went up. But Steam now, I think is a... Well, I look at Steam... Steam has two benefits for me. Steam gives me Steam Power, buying it cheap. I can just put it... I could just turn it into Steam Power, and that really makes sense for me. But the thing is with Steam is that people back then, this was this new exciting thing. People didn't really understand how it worked. But now it's become kind of political. People are believing that to benefit on Steam, really you need to have the power. You need to have the whale power that enables you to make money, because most people writing articles on Steam don't make any money. A lot of people just have 0 cents, 0 cents, 0 cents on their blogs, and that's just you know, that is the thing is that you've got to kind of Steam is a lot like YouTube. Okay, in order to be good on YouTube, you have to be attention grabbing. That's how you do it. You know, you can't just... If you go on YouTube, you can't just think, oh, I'm making a video, so I should automatically get thousands or millions of subscribers because I make videos. No, you've got to make videos that stand out. You've got to make videos that make people pay attention. Like me, for instance. You've got to make videos that make people pay attention and think and feel. Think and feel. And that is how you make the success. So on Steemit, if you think about it, on my Steemit account, I haven't got that many followers. I mean, Jerry Banfield's got bloody nearly 20,000 followers. Compared to something like YouTube, where I've got 55,000 subscribers, on Steemit, I've got only 2,200 followers. Yet I can still make decent money on Steam. Okay, the last blogs haven't been brilliant, but I can still make decent money on Steemit, and the reason why is because of the content. It's the content that wins. The content and the titles. The same things that work on YouTube work on Steemit and work on social media. You need to grab attention. You need to make people feel emotional. If I go on new, let's have a look and see if anything actually gets my attention. Mouth tape to improve sleep. Okay, that kind of gets my attention. I'll upvote that. Give them a chance! Somebody's putting here, you know, something about Ripple. I'll upvote that. I'm not going to go into it because that's boring to do on a YouTube video. But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to make the I'm trying to show you the differentiation of what gets money on YouTube and what gets money on Steemit and what doesn't. And the things that don't are things that don't really make you feel anything or really get your attention. Okay, this maybe gets my attention a little bit. That's probably why it's had 2 upvotes. So I'm going to give that an upvote. Naughtiness of Sweet Baby. If they had a better title, like Baby Bites My Finger or something like that, then maybe that would get a lot more attention, but it doesn't. So when people say Steemit's crap and I can't actually benefit from Steemit at all, blah, 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 look to yourself, not at Steam, for the answer. The thing is that you've got to just be a good content creator in order to be effective on Steam. You can't just put any old crap on Steam and expect to be, get lots of money. You've got to actually make great content. That's what wins on any social network, really. Anyway, peeps, any more questions? So I think that Steam will continue to gather more and more Steam in the future as they get more people. Wow. Loads of chat here, loads of chat. This is basically Radio Superman. Let's see how this looks right now. Ah, you can't even see me. It's just a black square. Interesting. I'm not going to pump flicks. I'll give it a rest. 10x and Power Ledger. I think Power Ledger is definitely a sexy one right now. And not least of all because of Gemma Green. But I think that Power Ledger is a really good one, and there's actually some news I know coming out about this tomorrow, which people may have caught early wind of. Interesting. Maybe in tomorrow's reveal video, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Power Ledger will bring it up before I do. I don't know. Anyway, so let's have a look. Also, there was another thing about B3 Coin, because their announcement on Masternodes came out yesterday. So essentially what they've said in B3 Coin is the Masternode's ready to launch, but we need to have enough wallets upgrade to version 3. So essentially you need to go to version 3, and you can go there via this link here. So if you're a B3er and you want to enable the Masternodes, you need to basically upgrade. See if there's any more questions. Cobbin Hood! Guys, what are you thinking about Cobbin Hood? Because I've had some wild suggestions thrown at me that this is quite low, isn't it? This is a very low cost. It's got quite a big supply, but actually not enormous. You know, this is the maximum in my kind of opinion, which is 1 billion. You know, so people have been saying to me, you know, Superman, I think this is going to be the next $8 coin or $10 coin. This is easy, you know, 100 times gain. It could be, but what are you guys thinking? Thanks, Luke, for your Iconomy will be relevant very soon, but I just personally don't see it. I think the reason I don't see it is because of what I've heard about Iconomy. Okay, so let me just see if I can, because I don't want anybody to be kind of either fudded or at the same time manipulated into either buying or selling Iconomy. So let me just tell you what I've heard. I'm not going to tell you what the source is, who said it, but I am going to tell you exactly what it was that I heard about this. Okay, so what I've heard is Iconomy are in for a world of hurt as they are in violation of 6 significant financial rules and their token is a security. They won't be around for long. Now that is what I've heard, and that was enough for me to pull out immediately of Iconomy. So just to once again say, Iconomy has some in for a world of hurt as they are in violation of 6 significant financial rules and their token is a security. They won't be around for long. So based on that, and I trust this person, and I'm not going to say who it is, but it was enough for me to get out. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, you know, so basically it's up to you to make a decision. If you've got a position in it, then that's up to you. Let's have a look at POSW. I still hold some POSW. I got this at 8 cents. And it's at 12 cents. Awesome. Very good. Thank you very much. No, don't flip Lisk. So you see, what Lisk has done is they have essentially done what the flops I just went through need to do. They need to become relevant again. And the thing is that with Lisk, this was already a good project. A lot like Stratis, this was already a really good project. So although it had, you know, in the June period, it went right up and then it went right down again, you see. So it went up to about $4 and then it flopped back down to the $1. But they've stayed relevant. That's the difference. They've stayed relevant. They've stayed very active. The thing is with Stratis is it's not active. It's not relevant. It's not very sexy either. It's sexy in my opinion, but it's not sexy from the average person's opinion. By the way, guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you get into the Cryptocurrency Trading Course 2017 Make Profits Daily, because this is one heck of a damn course. Now, you can see me in this course, and there's no black square at the bottom of the bloody video in this one. And this one is simply an amazing course, no doubt about it. It's got nearly 1,000 students. So, peeps, get in there because it's flying off the shelves, only $10 in the description. So guys, I think that's it because it's now blackout, Superman blackout. So I am going to make a move and parmay essentially. Now tomorrow's video I hope will be a good video. Stay tuned, peeps. Stay tuned. Okay? Make sure you watch tomorrow's video is all I'm saying. Anyway guys, I've been Superman. You've been awesome. I will see you next time. It's lights out, all out.